You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
สวัสดีครับเพื่อนๆทุกคนกับผมปืน TS สตรีมนี้จะเป็นสตรีมเกม Genshin Impact นะครับตอนนี้ก็อยู่แผนที่ซูเมรุน่าจะเข้าสู่โซนทะเลทรายเร็วๆนี้สวัสดีครับคุณจุซี่ลืมเปิดเมาส์
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
Crumble!
You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah.
สวัสดีครับคุณไฟเตอร์ ต้องมีดิต้องมี
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here.
คาราวานริแบด
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh?
ตามนั้นครับ
Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, he went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
ไอ้นี่จะพาเราไปเปิดวาร์ปแน่นอนวิ่งมาทางนี้เวฟนี่ก่อนแวะก่อน
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were...
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the
สวัสดีครับ
academia.
คุณไมซี
You really gave Paimon a scare, I'll hate them. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia,
Oh, right. You do have a...
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy.
ก็ดีครับดีได้เดินเควสยาว
And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still infected. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed. And to have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been
I'll hate them. You really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of,
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone...
No time to lose.
สวัสดีครับคุณเอซี
Stabilize.
Who's next?
อ๋อให้อยู่ใกล้แค่นี้พาส่งบ้านก่อนดีกว่าดูมันทำท่าตกใจ
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
ตัวนี้แบบน่ายิงมากอะเนื้อมันเยอะเนื้อเยอะจริงอะไรจริง
I will have order. Think yours.
สวัสดีครับคุณพิมพ์เดี๋ยวนี้ติดกันชินถ้าให้พูดตรงๆอ่ะเราไม่เอาความเป็นตรงๆก็คือยังไม่มีเกมที่ผมรออ่ะยังไม่มาเกมที่ผมจับตาดูว่าอยากลองเกมนี้เนี่ยยังไม่มาดังนั้นช่วงนี้ไม่อยากจะหายไงผมไม่ได้อยากจะหายไปเลยเพราะว่าเคยหายมาแล้วช่วงประมาณสัก 2-3 เดือนก่อนหน้าเนี่ยที่หายไปเลยอ่ะอยากจะมีสตรีมมาบ้างมันก็ต้องหาเกมสตรีมครับแล้วเกนชินก็ไม่ได้แย่อะไรมีอะไรให้ทำด้วย
Solidify.
Riptide.
แล้วก็ดองมานานจนมันมีอะไรให้ทำเยอะมากแล้วยังนึกถึงสมัยก่อนที่มันไม่ได้มีอะไรให้ทำแต่ก็เล่นอยู่อย่างนั้นวนไปวนมาวิ่งเลยแบบ
Bring it on.
The wrong test subject.
มีอะไรเปลี่ยนบ้างครับผมไม่รู้สิเพราะว่าด้วยความที่ผมไม่ได้เล่นตลอดไงดังนั้นถ้าถามว่ามีอะไรเปลี่ยนไหมเนี่ยก็จะเอาเท่าที่รู้คือหน้าเปลี่ยนตัวละครอันนี้เปลี่ยนแน่นอนนี่เวลาเราเลือกตัวละครมามันจะตัวละครจะมี acting ก่อนจะเข้ามาอยู่ในทีมก็ดีอ่ะดูสวยดีหลักๆก็มีอะไรมีนึกไม่ออกอะแต่ที่แน่ๆคือผมมีอะไรให้ทำเยอะเพราะว่าผมหยุดไปนานผมหยุดเล่นไปเป็นปีใครเห็นอีกทำไมเสียงมันตื่นเต้นอ๋อเห็ดเวลตัน90ใช่เวลตัวละครตัน90แต่เลเวล ID ก็ไปเรื่อยๆแหละแต่ว่ามันก็ขึ้นช้ามาก
This is order.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Who's next?
เฮ้ยไอ้นี่ก็ดรอปเนื้อเนี่ย
You're mine.
โอ้สวยเลย
No
เยอะ
time to lose.
ๆมีแมงกุจิด้วย
No time to lose.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Wow!
อ๋อไอตัวนี้ที่มีการพูดถึงตั้งแต่แพทนู้นสวัสดีครับคุณนพสวัสดีครับคุณเดียว
Sino. Unless my
ที่รักของคน
memory
อื่น
fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia.
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee.
seemed to me more like your own personal. Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in all Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
รองเท้าก็ไม่ใส่เนาะตัวนี้
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single... I've been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise,
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong?
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormuz?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other... Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to...
I should have known you'd be difficult.
You two?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can... You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you... Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey, Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Someone's calling for us! Hold it!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you acting...
All right, stop.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
คนนี้ก็วิชั่นน้
Please, let me introduce myself.
ำ can dance
I am...
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
can
Thank
dix
you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow. She's so gentle and caring. Like a nice older sister.
All right. Now that we're all better, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to... So please, have an honest and sincere... If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quad...
Oh,
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself...
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
wait. That was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning, and as General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have
อำ
no
นาจ
right
ที่ตรวจสอบ
to
ไม่ได้
judge us.
So they were...
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold. They are meaningless to the Academia. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for...
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with an...
Al-Haytham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment...
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics, their words contained one key piece of information. Namely that, from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it so? I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. Had I been less guarded,
สวัสดีครับคุณต้า
I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary. Incapable.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to, so it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile
Criminals do love to talk about
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebut.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's... I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
Al-Haytham.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
แต้มเหรอเอางั้นน่ะ
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
สวัสดีครับคุณเนียน
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats,
Creatures?
fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive...
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Candace
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over,
ส
right?
วัสดีครับคุณแมน
Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right.
เราต้องปีนไปเก็บไหมลูกนี้อ๋อยิงล่วงได้ก็มีนี่ด้วยธาตุไม้อยู่ไหนเนี่ย
Candace, you're still fighting?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost...
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
ราชสีห์ขนเพลิงนี่มันเอามาจากเกียร์ชุนปะเนี่ยราชสีห์ขนทองเกียร์ชุน
hearing?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert.
I can't say they've always been besides sandstorms. We also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago.
Another. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
Everyone in Aru village speaking of which, why have...
Village keeper? Who are...
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So...
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. But is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No, I'd start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Tiệt lùpเลย อ๋อเขตทะเลทรายกว้างดีนะครับกว้างดีใหญ่มากด้วยเย่บนสตร
When in Aru village, please respect the local customs.
ผมกำลังดูไอ้นี่อยู่ดูเม็ดธาตุนะไอ้ธาตุไม้อยู่ว่ามันอยู่แถวนี้นะแต่มันอยู่ไหนกูจะไปอยู่ข้างบนสุด
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But After spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the house after that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholar.
Soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities.
สวัสดีครับน้องอาร์ต
That said, the main
Oh, no wonder!
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, so, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanagi?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanagi was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholar.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. Lesser Lord Kusanagi, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru?
สบายดีครับ ยังสบายดีอยู่
The academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanagi. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanagi and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good arc...
I've spent many years interrogating
Good! Then you should know that we're...
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to... But easier said than done. Especially since we...
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my
Isak.
grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that.
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you all...
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take...
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
All right. But first...
เจอแล้ว อยู่นี่นี่เอง
No time to lose.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
Huh? You knew...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa suddenly So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took the next morning. Isak woke up and wanted to go. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time.
All this somehow just makes...
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the... It's also my reason for fight.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate...
Huh?
No, nothing. As long...
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I...
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
All right.
ทำเสร็จทำต่อทำเสร็จทำต่อ
Excuse me. Did you...
You mean the village keepers? When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road. Anything else? No, I think that...
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are...
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone... Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently?
Oh, well, if it isn't Ethan. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I'd... And speaking of my wife, she's told...
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing. Hey, you're looking for him, right? Did he...
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you
ข้าจะ
found
ลัง
him,
หา
come by my
ไอ้
place
นี่ได้
again and I'll cook a little
ลิมิต
something
ที่
for
เห
the
มาะส
both
ม
of you.
ที่ผ่านมาเราเจอแบบสั้นๆเนี่ยเขาก็เลยเอาวะรอบนี้ลองให้มันยาวบ้าๆดูว่าคนเล่นว่าไงบ้างก็เป็นไปตามคาด
I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel...
Wow, what a nice...
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you sir
Don't say anything for now. Let's head over there. Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler still. You say he's coming back, but...
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more... Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me...
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh? Who are you? What?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the mad...
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all... Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for us.
Is that...
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking. But please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone...
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village.
No, not at all.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course...
I have many ways to stop you from talking. So you'd best just stay home. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this.
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrible. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon
ใช่
bets
คนที่
lots of
แบ
people
บ
have told him that
มีอะไรทำไง
before.
มีอะไรทำนาน
I heard.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more. Very well.
Isaac!
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. This is where Grandpa...
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I...
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell.
So, you know
Huh? You know him too?
Yes. Now that I concentrate...
Wait, surely Tainari didn't...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a skull.
What are you looking for?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. The scent is quite faint, but still
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have an...
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear them even deep within the clutches of madness. They still...
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness?
ผมซื้อไอ้นี่ละ
Still,
ผ้ากำมะหยี่มาคลุม
why
เบาะ
would
ละ
anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the
It's highly...
Please, you have to save my Grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him
นี่
back.
ผมก็พยายามเร่งแล้วนะ
Don't worry, Isak.
ด้วยการ
Won't let whoever took him
แบบ
get away with
ไม่
it.
ต้องให้ตัวหนังสือไม่ต้องให้ไอ้เนี่ยตัวละครมันพากจบอะผมอ่านเองแล้วก็สคิปเลย มันจะได้เร็วขึ้นอีกหน่อยนึง
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned.
ใช่ใช่ก็เนี่ยสีดำเนี่ยแต่ก่อนมันจะเป็นไอ้นี่ใช่ไหมไอ้เบาะเป็นสีเชอรี่อ่ะสีชมพูเชอรี่หน่อยแต่สาเหตุที่ต้องคุมเพราะว่าเบาะเป็นเบาะหนังไม่ใช่หนังแท้แล้วเวลาผมนั่งผมพิงอะไรไปเนี่ยแล้วมันโดนเหงื่อแล้วหนังมันแตกหนังมันกรอบมันแตกก็เลยต้องหาโอ้โหใช่ปะวะต้องหาผ้ากำมะหยี่มาคลุมไม่หรอกผมไม่ได้กดข้ามหรอกก็คืออ่านแบบให้เราอ่านเองไวกว่า
course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Is King Deshret really gonna come back from the dead? Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
อ๋อแต่นั่นก็ดีไอ้กดไปเลยก็ดีเพราะยังไงผมอ่านจบอยู่แล้วล่ะ
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
ใช่ถ้าปล่อยให้แชทมันจบนี่ผมว่ามันจะช้ามากเลยนะ
Sounds like...
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So...
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't...
We haven't seen him.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was in...
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So...
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to... Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been support.
Makes sense.
So what should we...
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink it.
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Enger, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance.
Who's
Throwing
there?
all of Sumeru into chaos is the
ต้อง
only
มี
way
คนรู้
to
ตัวดิ
change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my...
Tia! You're amazing!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here.
What?
Aru village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sword. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to... I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Samiel, Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing. We're cheap labor. Like livestock, but easy. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Thea.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment.
ดูมันพอผมกอดมันแล้วมันจะรู้สึกว่ามันมีพลังแล้วมันก็ไปรังแกตัวอื่นกะจีรู้ป่ะกะจีเนี่ยกะจีนี่ก็แมวเชื่องกอดได้ทั้งวันอ่ะผมต้องยอมแพ้ต้องปล่อยมันก่อนตามหาคนสนิทของเดียเพื่อสอบถามเบาะแสสูง37ไปอยู่ไหนวะเนี่ยทิชชู่อยู่ก็ที่มันรังแกเมื่อกี้คือทิชชู่ไอซิกมันชอบรังแกทิชชู่เพราะผมวางมันลงปั๊บมันก็ไล่ทิชชู่ลงเตียงเลย
Zaki, finally a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it?
We've had drinks together a few times. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they?
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So,
yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friend...
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's...
แมวชอบปลาเส้นมากเพราะ1รสชาติดีแมวเกือบทุกตัวชอบกินเค็มมันชอบกินเค็มหน่อยแต่ว่าระวังไว้ให้ดีปลาเส้นเนี่ยชอบโชว์ว่าอร่อยมีโปรตีนจากเนื้อปลาคาร์โบไฮเดรตน้อยแต่โซเดียมมันบานเลยครับให้เหมือนกันนะให้บ้างนะแต่ว่าไม่บ่อยครับไม่บ่อยผมระวังโซเดียมแมวไม่อยากให้มันกินโซเดียมเยอะแต่แมวชอบนี่เรื่องจริงแมวชอบ
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is
เหมือน
practically
หลอก
deserted.
เหมือนหลอกมาฆ่า
What are
เลย
you doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark.
ทำไมมันต้องคิดว่ามันสู้เราได้ด้วยวะ
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've
So, you've been watching a...
Uh-oh. I'm a new leaving
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya?
So you and Delavar have been partners all...
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary, but you got one thing right. We're all looking forward.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger. You're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret...
Yeah. Gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views...
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of...
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora. In my faith...
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders. Shouldn't let your guard down.
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it. That's what you thought.
You lied in the village.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious...
Oh, but instead of...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, Scarborough...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then that's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper thing.
Wow, what a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing? About how mercenaries only care about Mora.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief, but I see through it all. And unlike them,
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler... This should be all of them. I'll let...
All right.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified...
While I'm questioning them...
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's...
เช้าวันถัดไป6 โมงเช้าวันถัดไป
Hey, Dia.
Right on time.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well.
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person, even though she's an extremely...
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong conviction. Us mercs, on the other hand...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great.
Really?
อ่ะไอหมอนี่มาไงเนี่ย
Oh, Sino's here. And he's...
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation tech.
Oh, you mean...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna...
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. Yet you do not hesitate. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here to my village, and you treat...
Mercy!
You've made your... We may all be desert dwellers. But there is one thing that I understand better than you. The people of Aru village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have.
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's...
They're called village keepers. Slip up a...
yes, so it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him.
That's one.
Huh? One...
Strike. You get a total of 3. That...
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't...
2 ครั้ง
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the... You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't...
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secret. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his...
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle An?
Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. It strikes me now that...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia.
พี่ชู
A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaka's still waiting for news.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave it.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone... Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to your... Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. Makes it...
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Both...
Yeah, you're all tough.
While you were investigating, I had...
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find...
Huh? Right?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the village...
You mean some of even lied to it?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Gandis said. Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, the reason being, to someone who only want...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at...
Then why would...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If...
We're on it!
เดี๋ยวแว็บนี่ก่อนแว็บไปทำอย่างอื่นก่อนแบบ energy ผมเต็มไงคุณลิโกจะมาไหมเดี๋ยวทำเควสประจำวันละเข้ามาเดี๋ยวทำเควสประจำวันแล้วผมก็จะเผา160เรซินแล้วเดี๋ยวค่อยไปทำเควสต่อพอฉากเป็นสีเขียวแบบเหมือนตัวผมจะละลายหายไปกระชักกับหน้าจอผมตั้งอันนี้ไปเยอะตั้งไอตัวดีเทคสีเขียว
So it is where many things come to settle.
ท่านอื่นๆจะมาไหมคุณต้าคุณอื่นๆกาแล็กซี่เลยว่าถ้าเป็นตัวนี้จะเป็นลีโอเป็นตัวนี้ถ้าตัวนี้ไม่รู้นะอ๋อคลียังเลยใช้ที่ย่อยเหรอยังผมก็ลืมนะเดี๋ยวเอาที่ย่อยก่อนก็ได้จริงผมลืมมันไปนานละลืมพอสมควรอันนี้มั้งใช่ปะวะใช่ เปลี่ยนด่วนละ
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? สูงสุดผมว่าตัวนี้มาผมกลัวตายตัวนี้ไม่น่าตาย
Order guide you.
ต่อไปเป็นยิงธนูปะจะยิงธนูอ่ะโคลินโกเปลี่ยนแล้วใช่ปะใช่ตัวธนูไหมนั่นน่ะเดี๋ยวรอบหน้าผมเปลี่ยนเป็นอันนี้ละเควสที่ซูมารุจัดไปครับจัดไปครับนักธนูยิงไปเลยครับเฮ้ยตัวเล็กๆสกินครีก็สวยดีปกป้องเลไลน์กว้างมากกว้างมากสนามนี่ไม่กว้างมากที่เริ่มรถเยอะๆนี่มันโดนอะไรนี่ปะโดนมะเฟืองปะเนี่ย เอาในที่สุดผมก็ขึ้นนี่ได้แล้วด้วยความบังเอิญสบายเลย
But where are those who share the memory?
I will have order.
โอ้ยจอดแล้ว
Quake. This is order.
โอ้ยน่ารักจังเลยเดี๋ยวไปนี่ไปหาแฟกไม้ต่อแฟกไม้
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
ผมเล่นตัวนี้แหละ ตัวนี้แหละ
Grounded be thy woe. Explosions can hurt people. Gin can be dreadful. Monster be bombed.
Shattered. Inazuma shining
I will have order.
แรงมากเมื่อกี้ไม่ตาฝาดป่ะเหมือนเห็น50,000สีเขียวอีก10 วิครับ10 วิท้าทายต่อไป
are not welcome.
Rise!
This is order.
Quake!
Come on now, right? Temple of
You
Will.
are not well. I will have order.
Born to oblivion.
Now test my patience. Will rise! Meet again.
Order guide you.
Quake!
มันมีลิงก์อ่ะ
Again.
รอบสุดท้าย3ออฟมีชมานธาตุแต่ว่า2อันนี้แม่งแฟตกาก
You are not welcome here. This is order.
Right now.
เสร็จแล้วตัวนี้มันทำได้เลยปะเดี๋ยวผมดูก่อนมันจะมี
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
ABC ทำอย่างอื่นอยู่จำลองพุ่งปะทะสีครามจำลองการโจมตีทุ่มกว้างอันนี้ดิไม่สามารถทำเควสหมู่ผู้เล่นหลายคนได้โอเคเราคงต้องสลายตัวกันก่อนแล้วกันนะครับทุกท่านเดี๋ยวผมไปทำเควสกิจกรรมก่อนเดี๋ยวไปส่งเควสด้วยส่งเควสก่อนอันนี้ก็มีนี่กิวนักผจญภัยส่งเควสเดี๋ยวไปทำกิจกรรมก่อนเดี๋ยวอดได้ตังค์
Astra Abyssal. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
เดี๋ยวนะเดี๋ยวพุ่งปะทะสีครามนี่ดิจำลองการโจมตีทุ่งกว้างนำทาง สำเร็จการท้าทายเข้าท้าทายคืออะไรวะเนี่ยอยู่ไหนวะอยู่ไหนหนาต่ำกว่า1 ชั้นนี่ไงทรายนี่ที่ก้นทะเลนี่ครับทรายต้องย้อนไปดูครับถ้าคุณจะนั่นก็ต้องย้อนไปดูนะย้อนไปดูช่วงประมาณก่อนอันนี้ประมาณสัก30 นาทีครับผมอยู่ทะเลทรายทีนี้ผมแวบมาทำไอ้นี่เควสกิจกรรมไม่เฉยดูย้อนเอาก็ได้ครับอยากดูทะเลทรายก็อันนี้มันต้องยังไงวะต้องชนปะอ๋อชนมันหลบไม่ค่อยได้เลยนะ อกจากการท้าทายแล้วก็อย่างไรต่อผมมาแวบมาทำนี่ก่อนไงเพราะว่าถ้าเกิดว่าเดี๋ยวผมกลัวผมลืมเลยมาหาเพมดเจมก่อนอยู่ตรงนี้ เหมือนกันเลยเบนเนตผมก็ C6 ได้แต่ค้างไว้5กลัวไม่สะดวกในการใช้งานไปทางไหนใกล้แล้วเนี่ยเอ้าบนน้ำซะงั้นเราทำนี้ก่อนได้ไหมได้นะทำก่อนแล้วกัน ปูมะฮือมาโตชกาดอะไรเนี่ย เบนโซ2ลองเล่นตั้งแต่ตอนเปิดใหม่ๆเป็นเซิร์ฟเวอร์เกาหลีแล้วครับแต่ว่าไม่ค่อยถูกใจเท่าไหร่ตอนแรกอะผมกล่าวว่ามันจะเป็นเกม PC ในความคิดผมนะผมกล่าวว่ามันจะเป็นเกม PC ที่เล่นในมือถือได้แต่รูปเกมมันออกมาเป็นเกมมือถือที่เล่นบน PC ครับความน่าสนใจเลยลดน้อยลงสำหรับผมแล้วตอนนั้นเป็นภาษาเกาหลีล้วนด้วยเลยทำความเข้าใจยากมันทะลุได้ไหมเนี่ยลองดูก่อนแล้วกันไม่ได้แง่เลยกอรี่ชื่อเต็มอะไรครับกอรี่เฉยๆเหรอหรือชื่อมีชื่อเต็มขึ้นเรือหน่อยลูกพี่ ถังซาน MMO มันมีมารอบนึงนี่ถังซานแต่ว่าเป็นเกม PC เกมในมือถือเติมหนักๆผมเลยไม่ได้สนใจถ้างั้นก็น่าสนใจอยู่นะเมื่อวานผมยังนั่งดูไอ้นี่เลยถังซาน2ยาว11 ตอนนอนนู่นนอน6 โมงเช้าเลย
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Germinate.
Order guide you. Crumble.
Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Solidified. I will have order.
You're mine. Who's next?
หมายถึงภาค 1ตอนนั้นเหรอตอนจบเหรอที่แฟนๆบ่นกันนะของผมไม่อะไรมากแต่ผมรู้สึกว่ามันเร็วไปอ่ะมันแบบว่าพอถังซานตายได้เป็นเทพแล้วพอ ได้เป็นเทพ2ร่างมันก็จบเลยในตอนเดียวผมก็เลยงงๆเว้ยมันเร็วจังวะ
Not bad. Not bad at all.
แต่รุ่นภาค2มาก็โอเคดูเพลินดีครับเราดูสเกลแบบว่าเราดูสเกลระดับเทพมาแล้วก็มานั่งดูสเกลระดับเด็กมัธยมตีกันก็เหมือนก็ย้อนไปสมัยซื้อไลเคอร์นะแต่ไอรุ่นลูกมันก็แม้เทพเกินมี3วิญญาณเลยมี3ไอวิญญาณเลยบ้าไปแล้ว
Let your guard down. Bring it on.
Gather. This is order.
Rise.
Tidal wave.
Terminate! I will have order.
Orders given. Orders received. We are right.
Bring it on.
ภาค2สวยแต่ก็ไปนั่งดูตอนช่วงว่างๆผมก็พยายามหานั่งดูไอ้นี่นะอนิเมะจีนก็ไปเจออีกเรื่องหนึ่งสนุกเรื่องอะไรนะคัมภีร์วิถีเซียนดูจนติดจนแบบไม่มีให้ดูแล้วเหรอเนี่ย76 ตอนแป๊บเดียวเรื่องนี้ก็ติดอีกเรื่องหนึ่งเรื่องอะไรนะโอ้โหเนื้อหามีแค่ตอนละ8 นาทีค่าก็แค่การลมปราณ100,000 ปีอันนี้ก็ดูเพลินๆดีผนึกเทพบัลลังก์ราชาไหนครับบิลิบิลิป่ะตอนนี้ผมมีบิลิบิลิกับ VTV อ่ะถ้านอกเหนือจากนี้ผมก็ไม่ได้แล้วเหมือนกันโอเคได้เดี๋ยวไปดูเห็นอยู่มั้งใช่มีตอนเยอะๆใช่ไหม
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
I will have order.
Life goes on.
Come on. Shouldn't let your guard down.
อ๋อมีหน้าล่ะตัวละครหน้าเหมือนกันเลยผมเห็นอยู่ที่มันจะเป็นไอ้ ตัวใส่ชุดขาวๆอ่ะหาพิมพ์เจมเอาไว้เปิดนู่นเปิดโอ้โหอยู่ไกลวะเนี่ยมาไงดีเนี่ยรถรางอ่ะรถรางแล้วก็เยื้องไปทางซ้ายละกันนะเรียกรถเรียกเรือเรียกเรือยังไงวะลืมละอ๋อนี่มั้งนี่ทำยังไงให้เรือมาเนี่ยผมลืมแล้วอ๋อนี่ไงรอเรือรางโกโก้เดี๋ยวพอถึงตรงนี้เราโดดลงแล้วไปทางนู้นกลายเป็นเควสทะเลทรายเราไปได้ประมาณชั่วโมงหนึ่งแต่ช่วงนี้มาหาตังค์ใช้
and not bringing overstuffed lunchboxes on board. We've had quarrels break out between passengers over things like that. Some even escalated into private brawls. Of course, Fontaine's rules state that if you want to fight, apply for a duel. So, those two passengers were promptly sent to the forces of Airheat, where they went on to live peaceful, disciplined, and well-mannered lives. So, all's well that ends well, but please do not follow their example.
เราเจอกันใหม่ช็อกฟิลเดี๋ยวค่อยมาสำรวจนี่เอาภารกิจหลักก่อน
Terminate!
Go.
You can run, but you can't hide. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
I will have order.
Opening box of Adeptitrix. Life goes on.
Stabilize.
Propagate!
This is order.
No time to lose.
Rise.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
I will have order.
Propagate!
Life goes on.
Terminate!
Gather.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. No time to lose.
This is order.
Scatter!
Orders given. Orders received.
Quake.
Tidal wave. Who's next?
Evil shall be dispersed.
Solidify.
Worthless. Here.
Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern.
My hammer. Order guide. Another test subject.
Germinate!
Sacred name, fortune preserve.
Disappear!
Suffocate.
Here! Foreign! Worthless! Here!
This is order.
Propagate!
Go. Fast.
So!
อยากมีเรือเลยแถวนี้ไม่มีเรือดึง
Wheel of life.
Order guide. Crumble.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
Gather.
Lament! Worthless! Worthless!
Orders received.
This is order. Evil conquering. Here. Worthless.
Faster? Okay, faster. Yeah. Nice.
Stabilize. Order guide you. Useless. Disappear. Here. Here. Worthless. Useless. Here. This is order. Spring forth.
Sacred name, Fortune Preserver.
Worthless.
สตาร์ฟิลอ๋อสตาร์ฟิลของผมน่าจะเป็นแค่ประมาณrecommend อะสเปคที่ผมเล่นอยู่เนี่ยน่าจะเป็นrecommend แต่ถ้าไอ้
I will have order.
Useless.
Boring. Disappear.
อันไหนเนี่ยน่าจะเปิดให้เล่นหมดแล้วนะตรงไหนวะอ๋อเสร็จหมดแล้วโอเคส่งคำเชิญเป็นวัสดุ
Faster? Okay, faster.
Bennett รออีก2 วันเหรอดีถ้าทำก่อนไม่งั้นแย่เลยตัวนี้มันอยู่ในตัวฟรีอะเทนาเรียต้องดูหน่อยละมีอะไรมาบ้างเนี่ยอ๋อมีนี่ด้วยเหรอมีเดียด้วยมีเดียกับทางธนาริเพิ่มเข้ามา2 ตัวนี่ก็ไม่รู้จักนะเนี่ยใครเนี่ยโดริเลล่าเหยามิกิโหบานเลยไม่รู้จักบานเลยตัวนี้เก่งมากเลยใช่ไหมเป็นไงวะเดี๋ยวดูดิชาร์จลดลง 2.4 วิหายไปสิ้นสุดเวลาต่อเนื่อง3 ดอกระยะเวลาอยู่ได้8 วิ12 วิคูลดาวน์12 วิทำให้ชาร์จยิงเหรออัตราคิดของการชาร์จโจมตีโอเคเดี๋ยววันนี้แค่นี้ก่อนแล้วกันนะครับไปละขอบคุณทุกท่านที่ติดตามชมกันวันนี้ขอตัวไปก่อนพรุ่งนี้ไม่แน่ใจสตรีมเปล่าพรุ่งนี้ไม่แน่ใจนะครับแต่ถ้าสตรีมก็5 ทุ่มถ้ามาก็ได้เจอ ถ้าไม่เห็นก็คือไม่ได้เจอนะงั้นก็ท่านที่2เก่งมากครับในตัวเราโอเคงั้นก็ฝันดีราตรีสวัสดิ์กับทุกท่านขอบคุณมากครับสวัสดีครับ